Yours truly, Uncut Live Productions. Music courtesy of Chi Chi the Motivator. Track called Wait. On this segment of today's show, we're going to have an authoress by the name of Danyel Cauthen. Y'all stay locked and loaded. Uncut Live coming at you. Yours truly, y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Uncut. Welcome to another edition of Uncut Live Productions. Y'all know the mission of Uncut Live Productions is where we focus on mind, body, spirit, faith, social issues, community, politics, you name it. As I always say, we keep it 100 on 1000. We will not be paused, edited, or muted. Whatever you see, hear, hey, cards lay how they lay. And it just is what it is. As I always say in every show, y'all never know who I'm going to have on the set. It's always going to be somebody that is mind changing, revolutionary, somebody that is inspiring, somebody that's out here that's just out here for the people, just being a voice for the people. And so on today's episode, we have an authoress. Yes, an authoress is in the building, okay, with her amazing book that is titled Diary Unsilenced, and by the beloved, phenomenal Danyel Cauthen. Before I get into the show, I'm going to turn everything right on over to our guest. How are you?
I'm great, Kenny. How are you?
Doing awesome.
That's great. Thanks for having me, man.
I am so very glad that you're here today and to talk about this phenomenal book. I thought it was like very just pulling in Diary of Unsilenced, simply because of the fact that we have a culture in society where people they go through a lot and they keep that pain bottled up. And somebody like yourself that took the time to be able to put the pen and the ink to the pad and to be able to open up and share your journey, your lifestyle through the different things that you've been through, the challenges, the ups, the vulnerabilities, you know what I'm saying, the different obstacles. And so I really appreciate you and really just putting this thing together, because there's so many people that are unsilenced right now, and I think right now, with you being a catalyst to kind of break that, I wanna just open up for a second in here because I saw something from the very beginning, and I well, actually two things. Um, I like how you open up with you said to every girl and boy, man and woman, may you choose today to be free of whatever has kept you back. I had a question.
I'm ready.
What was like you knew was like I have to get my story out there.
Well, for me, it was just like I knew what it was like for me growing up and even as an adult going through different things and not being able to talk about it, not having anybody to talk to about it. Just having the people that I thought that I should be able to talk to tell me that, oh, that's not everybody's business. You know, everybody don't need to hear that story. And for me, it was just like, I wanted to be the one that gives everybody that's being silenced a voice. Like, it is okay for you to talk about, whatever you've been through. It is okay for you to tell your story, period. And so that's what made me, Like I just had to give the world the voice that I was never given.
Mm, mm.
So that's what that meant to me.
So in here, it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot of substance in here. Um, that I mean, it's real. It's raw. It's organic. Um, it's uncut.
Definitely.
Um,
Definitely uncut.
which is perfect for this platform because we try to shine a light on the real. We don't believe in artificial. We like the real, authentic. Hey, this is what it is. In this book, you talked uh, uh, about a molestation that occurred. How did you manage to, like, I guess you would say, get to a place where that you were open or comfortable to want to, really talk about that, you know?
Well, in my book, I talk about being molested several times in my life, and each time was different, but um, I never really had um, the strength to talk about it because when I was being molested, it was always by somebody that I trusted. So I was very much confused, like, you know what I'm saying, about why this was happening to me. Um, why was this person doing it to me? And, a few times that I did say something, I was shut down, you know. And so for the longest time, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about it, but I decided, like, as I got older and I gave my life back to God, he began to heal me. And I realized how much more important it was for me to be free and how bound I really was and how much I was allowing that thing to affect my everyday life. I had to be free. I had to be free because mentally I was losing it. Um, and I just thought to myself, like, yo, I cannot continue to allow this thing to overtake my life. Like, these people that hurt me are living their lives. Like, and I had so much hatred inside of me. Like, that's the part. That's the part that people don't know. Like, I was very mean because I was so hurt and I had so much hatred built up inside of me that I said to myself, when I get older, I'm going to hurt the people that hurt me. Every single last one of them. But then I had to realize, you know what I'm saying, as I began to get closer to God, I had to realize, like, yo, you could never deal with these people the way that God can deal with them. You can never. And so it was just like, I was allowing them, I really just got tired of allowing them to rent space in my life. Like, you already hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So why am I still allowing this to control my life? I had to be free. It was necessary that I got free of that thing because um when you get molested, it's not just something that happens to you physically.
Mm-hmm.
It's also something that happens to you mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And it destroys you. Like, if you're not strong enough, it will destroy you, it will break you, it will damage you. I'm telling you, like, it's more important to be free. I'm telling you, it's more beneficial to be free. And so I had to be free. I had to be free because you know, I had my daughter and it was like I began to bring that into my motherhood. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where, I was so overprotective, you know what I'm saying, of her. And she wasn't able to live her life as a kid because of something that happened to me in my life growing up. And so it was just like, yo, I had to be free. I had to be free.
Wow.
For me, for her, for everybody else that was around me, because I allowed that thing to keep me so bound, I wasn't able to give nobody in my life 100% of me, because I was giving like 80% of me to the molestation, you know? And so I just had to be free. I had to be free.
And the thing that I think that is captivating is that I love, there's a trying to find the correct word, but there's a unison here, whereas by you the rose being the sign of freedom, liberty, that you know, of overcoming. You know, you can have the storm, but there is some sunshine that's going to come. But in the meantime, it might be a journey in getting there. But just know, through that opening up and that being open about, you know, the reality. Two things that you just mentioned, I want to piggyback on, where you said that you realized that the molestation, it caused not only just a physical impact, but it caused a mental impact. And then you said once you realize the importance of how much that you was bound, that it was affecting your life. So it was affecting in how that you communicated with individuals. You talked about how that, you know, you know, you wasn't really giving your all in all that you could have, because this thing was, you know, really, you know, really just had a hold. And you talk about how that, you know, you realized that it was important for you to get free, because you realized that, you know, it was impacting, you know, your daughter. And you know, and this is happening every day. As being an advocate in the community, just dealing with, you know, various populations, this is something whereby that this is happening. This is a reality of what's happening, what's facing in our communities, where individuals, there's a lot of conflict, you know, with parenting, because of these different things that are transpiring. Kids are responding the way that they are. We're seeing right now even a huge spike within the DMV with the gun violence. And oftentimes we always look at, well, the gun, but the gun was the last resort. But it was things that led up, you know, that things that bound, you know, that not knowing how to break free and let that thing, you know, and realize and say, hey, it's okay that I'm not okay.
Right, yeah. And you know what, if you allow me, me and a friend of mine was talking about how, in families nowadays, like when it comes to little boys, they're making it so normal for older females to touch little boys. And when they come to their parents or their family members, they're telling them, boy, you mad because she touched you? Like, that's where it's at. But and that's something that I want to talk about, because I want to let the little boys know, like, it's okay if you felt violated, because they did violate you. It's okay if you want to talk about it, because they took your innocence from you. Like, it's okay. And I think that that is a very big issue that does not be talked about. You know, little boys, like, you know, a lot of older women, like I know, not people that I know personally, but I know some older fathers, you know, not older fathers, but just fathers, period. Older brothers, you know, you turn 13 and they bringing older females around you, and the little boys don't want to be touched, like, you know, but they don't want to feel like they're weak. like they're outcasts, and so they allow the woman to touch them, and it doesn't feel good to them. But they can't tell their fathers, like dad, that I didn't like the way that felt, and it's not, and that doesn't be talked about a lot, like as much as it should. Like that's not talked about a lot, and it's happening every day though, and so when they grow up, they messing with this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman, because from a very young age, their innocence was taken. So they were never taught really how to be intimate with women. They was taught, let her touch you. Let her touch you because that's what's supposed to be done. Let this one touch you because that's supposed to be done. And that's not it. So yeah.
That's so vitally true in the limelight of other work that I have done working with men. I started a mentorship program, speaking to the king and queen in you, letting them know that it's okay to, like you said, to recognize the positioning of such. Recognizing their royalty, recognizing who they are, recognizing that their position, that they deserve to be treated as the men and as the women that they are, and that it is okay to recognize, when there's a breach.
Yeah.
When that there's a breach, and then I also believe that because of the way for men in particular, that culture, the way that society says that, toughen up, just be a man, forget about, what a Teflon man, get your kryptonite, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and just, but that's not how it should be, because it now matriculates into worser things. It matriculates into worser things, and what happens is it is damaging because now they don't know how to approach relationships. And then we've seen such a, it sounds weird, it sounds like an oxymoron, but you see what the issue we have within the domestic violence situation, and we've got to get to a place where it's by, it's okay to say, I'm hurt, or I'm not hurt. This happened to me. I've been violated. I've been hurt. I've been hit. The reality is that because we cannot grow. I'm always on this platform, always talking about mental health. Mental health is wealth.
Yes.
Every time we go to the doctor, we always get physical. So what we did, physical. We may go to the dentist. I don't know what, maybe about once or twice out the year, or maybe if it's an emergency. We might go to the dentist. But really, there's not enough emphasis and focus on how to mentally progress well, mind, body, soul, and spirit. To say, hey, I got to be successful. But in order for me to be successful in my job, in my career, and all the different plights of life, that mental health piece is so,
it's super important.
It's super important. And then, y'all, the book is called Diary Unsilenced. I'm telling you right now, Diary Unsilenced. I need you to use you on Amazon. On Amazon, how much?
If you want to order the ebook, is $10, and if you want to order the paperback, it's $20.
$20. Look, this is the kind of flow here on the set of Uncut Live Productions. Look, I'm telling you, go online, go to Amazon, go get the ebook, go get the hard paperback. This joint, y'all gotta, y'all see this? Y'all gotta get in touch. We have people that hear your voice on this platform. There is always something on this platform. Little do you know, if somebody hears your struggle, they hear your cry, they hear your pain, they hear your agony, they hear the fact that, your experience. They hear your experience. And look, the name, Diary Unsilenced. Y'all know you have some individuals that are unsilenced right now. As a matter of fact, when I first had gotten in contact about this book, this kind of inspired me to start opening up and even talking about more of some of the things that I've been through. And just kind of be open and transparent. And sometimes you need other people to come down and be able to share, what's really at hand, what really matters, what is the issue at hand, and we need authors like this. Y'all know on Uncut Live Productions, I've been saying it, and I'll keep saying it. We don't need nobody else to tell our stories. We need us. We need authors like this beloved right here, this beloved queen right here, to be able to be able to share, and say, hey, and then not only while we're sharing, let's have the ability to kind of guide. To say, yeah, you're gonna get through this. We gotta have that kind of, that mind frame that it's okay. You're not scarred for life. In this journey of you healing, it will hurt. We're not just telling you to go ahead and give it all to God and forget about your experience. No, we're not. It hurts. You've been abused. You've been molested. You've been in a situation where this thing has transpired in your life. You have a right to share and to let the world know what your journey has been. You do not deserve to be silenced. Your story matters. Your truth matters. And believe it or not, sometimes we can try to hide, we try to look cute, and all that, and great, and that's wonderful. But we have got to be honest with ourselves, and man in the mirror, as the great beloved Michael Jackson. Sometimes we have to have that moment, and that's what this is right here. I'm gonna ask her to come back again, to be on the set, because this it's rich. I mean, it's so many other
I just want to
things.
say something right quick, Kenny.
Yes.
Regarding to you saying, just we hide and we cover up. Like, that's who I was. Like, and just being around a lot of my friends growing up, they never imagined. Like, even now as they're reading my book, like, they can't imagine that I went through all of the things that I went through, because I was always the one laughing and smiling, and I had to make the jokes. I had to see somebody else smile, because I felt like I had no reason to smile, because I was so hurt and I was so damned. I had no reason to smile, so I had to see somebody else smile. And they didn't know that after I had y'all laughing and smiling all day long, when I went home, I was in the corner crying, because I was so hurt. And so that's why I must say over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's super important to tell your story. It's super important to get help, like, for real, because the situation, places, people I was putting myself around, I should have been dead.
Mm.
But it was because I was releasing my anger in different ways, in the wrong ways, because nobody ever taught me how to heal. Nobody ever taught me that you don't have to always act out. It's okay. We can talk about it. Like, because it wasn't okay to talk about it. Like, for me, like around me, like in my environment, like it wasn't okay to talk about it. Like you said it, and that's that. Like it don't need to be talked about it again, because number one, it's not everybody's business. Number two, the people gonna get involved. You know, if you and so it was like it kind of like puts you right back into the show because you feel so excited about being able to talk about it. And then when you talk about it and people tell you those things that I just shared with you, it's like they almost pushing you right back into the shell. And so, it's very important to talk about it. It's very important to get knowledge on how to deal with it. And it is it is something like, it's not nothing. Oh, that's nothing. That's just something that, no, it is something. It's not nothing. It's really something that happened to you. And, until you feel, that you're free, then you should be able to talk about it whenever, wherever, to whoever, however many times you want to talk about it. Period. And that's how I'm going with it. Like nobody gets to shut me up again.
Yeah.
Because I've been silenced for too long. Nobody gets to shut me up. And whoever I'm able to encourage and inspire, nobody gets to shut them up anymore neither. Nobody gets to silence them again neither. Because I was telling somebody the other day, at my book signing, I was telling somebody the other day, because they were sharing with me that he and his wife, they had their own businesses and things like that, and they also want to write a book. And he was saying, but his wife, the thing that keeps holding her back from writing her book is she don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I said, let me tell you something. When you go home, this is what you tell your wife. Don't worry about hurting nobody's feelings, because if don't nobody care about her healing, then they don't care about her anyways.
Talk.
So don't worry about hurting nobody's feelings, okay? Like, it's not about them. It's about you. It's about you. It's about you. It's about you. You can't, and I was that person. That's why I can say this. That's why I can say it so free, because I was the person that was worried about hurting people's feelings. And I was the person that was worried about, what are they going to think about me if I tell them this story? What is the world going to think if I write this book? But it's like, I had to remember the greater purpose. I had to remember the purpose for this book. And so if people decide to talk about me because of my hurt, because of somehow somebody else hurt me, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the people that will see the greater purpose and that will allow themselves to be free, inspired, encouraged, and unsilenced. That's what's mainly important to me. Like, I don't care if you talk about me. And sometimes, and you know what, somebody asked me at my book signing, how do you feel about exposing your life to the world? And I had to be honest, like, it's like a off and on kind of thing, because even though, I'm free of it, it's still a vulnerable place. You know what I mean? Because I was very transparent in my book about what happened to me, what they did, where they did it at, how they did it. I was very transparent. And the reason why I was so transparent, because I felt like if I'm going to tell my story, then I'm going to tell my whole story. Secondly, I was so transparent because I don't want folks to get it misconstrued. Because people will tell you, oh, that happened to you, but that's not being molested. That's not being molested. That's just, he touched you, but no, he molested you. Mm-hmm. He did. Mm-hmm. He did. Mm-hmm. He did. And you don't have to act like he didn't. And whoever tell you that he didn't, they lied. Mm-hmm. Because they trying to cover him. Mm-hmm. He did. Mm-hmm. And so that's why, I was just so transparent, in my book. Like, and I mean, just for the record, like, my book is not all bad, you know what I'm saying? Because my life wasn't all bad, but it definitely was a journey, you know what I'm saying? And just to mention, like, God has always been like the biggest help in my life. Mm-hmm. I spoke about earlier going home and crying, and he used to be the one that I used to talk to, like God. And I wrote in my book, like, sometimes I even felt like he wasn't my friend no more. Like, he wasn't listening to me anymore. Like, he wasn't even listening to me anymore. And I was like, yo, I thought you was my best friend. Like, you was always here before. What I do to you now? Like, what I do to you? I started, because those are the type of things that would do to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That molestation, the hurt, the abandonment, and it would do those things to you till you even start believing, like, dang, did I do something to God? Like, is it my fault? Like, what did I do, God? Like, are you leaving me too? Like, are you giving up on me too? Like, so many different things. Like, so I spoke about, a lot of different things in my book. Like, you gonna laugh, you gonna cry, laugh again, cry. Like, it's so much in my book, but it's my life, it's my real life. And, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A Brooklyn girl, like, a Brooklyn girl, like, we go through so many different things, man. And we just taught to hide it. Like, we just taught to hide so much stuff. And it's like, why I can't talk about what happened in my life? Why I can't talk about if something is hurting me? Yeah. Why I can't talk about that? And so, if you read my book, it's a part in my book where I said that I had to free the hurting little girl that was hiding inside of me. Now, what I mean by that is, as I went on in life, it was things, it was, let me get it correct, it was that thing, the things that happened to me in my life, affected my everyday life, like, and so I had to free that hurting little girl that was hiding inside of me, because it came a time where I was in relationships, or relationships was in me, because I sure enough wasn't in relationships because I didn't care about relationships. But I kept getting in them, though. Yeah. I kept getting in them, but I didn't give them my all, because I felt like if the people that hurt me, that I trusted the most, can hurt me, then why would I trust a nigga on the streets? Yeah. That I, and, just as far as loving people, like, it was hard for me to really love. Like, I give you the shirt off my back. I give you the shoes on my, whatever I give you, but it was hard for me to love, because I couldn't understand how somebody that I loved so much could hurt me. How could they hurt me? And so I didn't want to love. It really did took God to heal me from the inside out, teach me how to love again. Because I promised myself I wasn't getting married, I wasn't having kids, because everything that happened to me in my life was never going to happen to a child of mine. So I wasn't having her. But I got a daughter now, and I love her with my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But, man, Diary Unsilenced, man. Diary Unsilenced.
Listen, y'all, go to Amazon. Please, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you to purchase this copy. Go purchase this, go pick yourself up a copy, do the ebook, do the paperback book, do both of them. You buy it, we're going to have the holidays are going to come up. This will be a good, a good gift, for those that like to read. We got the, what is it called, the Nook and the Reader. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just get hit. Go on Amazon.com. You heard it here on the show of Uncut Live Productions. Y'all know how we do. Diary Unsilenced. Y'all, this is a great book, a book that's going to move you, inspire you, let you know that you're not in this battle, you're not in this fight on your own. This will not be the first time that we bring the beloved author on the set. We're gonna make sure we get you back in here, get you in some of our our empowerment groups. Building the king and queen.
Absolutely, I would be honored.
And I appreciate you choosing to come to Uncut Live Productions out of your busy schedule. You could have been somewhere else, signing a book, doing autographs and all that good, wonderful stuff. So you chose Uncut Live Productions to come in here on the set. I appreciate you. The people.
The least I can do.
Appreciate you. And that wraps up the show, y'all. Y'all stay locked and loaded, stay plugged in with Uncut Live Productions. You never know, whatever it is that you're going through, you never know. There's always somebody out there that understands your path and your journey. All right, as I always say in every show, you just got plugged in with your boy, Mr. Uncut. Peace.